Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, I got most things working. I hope everybody is doing really well. I'm actually still setting a couple things up. I'm still figuring a couple things out. I've reconfigured a bunch of stuff with my system, and I honestly don't know if any of it's going to work or not. I'm sort of winging it as I go, I guess, a little bit, which is interesting. So, looks like something's already not working. So I am going to try and fix that because, well, you know. So what happened was I got everything set up, but then I had a problem. And in the process of trying to fix the problem, I restarted the computer. But then once I restarted the computer, I forgot to turn everything back on. And now I can't seem to get my overlay working. And I don't know why. So that's kind of a bummer. There is a chance that the overlay is not turned on, but you know, I hope everyone else is doing well because talk amongst yourselves for a second while I'm trying to figure this out. I don't know why it's not picking up the overlay. It seems to be on. It's showing that it's working. It's just not, the overlay's just not coming up on the screen. And it's a mystery. Hello, Mr. Daniel Banks. How are you doing, sir? So let's see, Daniel Banks, Steve Childers. How you doing, Steve? Mr. Jason the Train Freak on lunch a little early today. Leslie Gilpin popping in from over in the UK. Leslie says, we're guessing what you had broken before you joined, Heath. Yeah. So I'm lagging. Interesting. More specifically, what's lagging? Is it, I'm rocking back and forth to try and see the stutter on my own screen, but I don't see it on my own screen. Basically what I did is I switched from software encoding to hardware encoding, but I'm on a Mac, which technically doesn't have hardware encoding, but it seems to be working. So I'm trying to get it all working. I just don't know why now. I don't know why now this isn't working. So I'm trying to get transform, reset transform. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Okay. So you see what I'm doing? I'm screen capturing the StreamYard whoozy what's it, and I'm bringing it in that way. But I need to, there we go. All right. Let's see. And of course now it seems like this isn't, the StreamYard doesn't seem to be advancing now, but you know, we're getting one thing at a time going, you know? Hey, one thing at a time. Hey, Norman Rowe, how you doing, sir? Randall Ellison, welcome, welcome. Tim, Island Scenics, what's broken? I can see and hear you. So what was broken is, and you can see it's still not perfect. I need to fix, oh, stop. Yes, stop. Studio mode. So what I'm trying to do is I'm grabbing the overlay from I'm overlaying the StreamYard, whatever this is called, the lower thirds. I'm grabbing that out of StreamYards and adding it into my stream. And I'm doing that with sort of this color key thing and Frank. Frank says 3 hours, 15 minutes later. Yeah, this could be another T-Trak module stream. And it's actually sort of funny because I do actually have a T-Trak module on the desk. So if I actually get things working out a little bit, we'll get there. But yeah, so stop touching stuff. The overlay's fine. Yeah, Frank, you got to understand, I'm anal. I guess that's the word. So yes, the train freak, I've sort of made it to step 2. I think everything is now working. Hey, Norm Miller, how you doing? Just got my live tree this morning, setting up for Christmas, I'm guessing. So I've also set up more cameras. So I've now got this camera over here, which is my side camera. I've now got an overhead camera here, and I still have my face camera up there. But even the face camera, I've changed a little bit. I got a better way to monitor what's going on there. So yeah, it's going okay. It's just amusing, you know. I'm just trying to figure things out. So I've got, you know, a couple different scene setups, so you can see the side shot. Got overhead shot. I'm hoping the audio doesn't have too much reverb and stuff in it. I moved the microphone, so there might be a little bit of reverb. You know, the meters look okay over here, but I'm not sure, you know, how that's going. I wish StreamYard would be a little bit more responsive with the chat. It seems to kind of, you know, like this just came up, but before this, it was, you know, nothing for a while. Frank says I'm the reason for his TP shortage. Yeah, how weird that there's another toilet paper shortage. Like, what's going on with that? It's been adventurous. So what I did want to do today is I've got all these T-Trak modules, right? And I've been doing some work on them, but I haven't really gotten to do much of the scenery on this guy. And I was going to open this back up. They've got this, you know, Woodland Scenics has what they call their shaper paper or something like that. It's like this paper, but no, Tim, I am definitely not making Sculptamold. I'll tell you that right now. I'm using whatever is going to come out of this darn box right now. Someone has to tie my hands. Frank, are you saying that people need to tie my hands so I stop messing with the settings? Or are you saying that people need to tie my hands for other reasons? Hey, Jake, what's going on? Northern Ohio Railroad Action is Jake. Martin Searsma, welcome. I'm sure I missed a whole bunch of people. If I haven't said hello, I apologize. It's just, you know, it's just the way today's going. Carl from Bangor Junction's here. Let's see, Dwight Curley's here. Kieran J94's here. Let's see, John from Schuylkill River Valley's here. Andy from Warwick Roads here. And Lance from Weber Model Railroads here. If I missed anyone, I apologize. So, what I do want to do, though, and this is one of the things, stop messing with stuff, Frank. Frank, how you feeling, by the way? I you know, hope things are getting a little better over in your world. So one problem that I have is when I hit record on the GoPros, and I want to be able to hit control or hit record on them, because especially like with what I'm doing now, I'd love to have the footage so that I can edit it into, you know, another video for later, so that I can take this sort of rambling nonsense of what's happening during the live stream, and I can, you know, I can edit it together and kind of turn it into something. It's actually kind of funny that Frank is saying that, because I used to joke that I could break things. So like I have a friend that does some programming and stuff, and I'd always say, like, give it to me. You know, let me take a stab at it, and I'll see if I can break it. So yeah, Norman, shaper sheets. So what are we making? Yeah, okay. So what we're making is, if you look on this terrain kit here, right, you can sort of see the pictures, right? So you go from this module that I already put together in a different video, that I did a whole sort of review and whatnot. And what I want to do today is basically this part, which, or maybe get to here, which is adding the Woodland Scenic shaper sheet. And they've got some like powder mix in it or something like that. So we'll see what happens there. So what I'm about to do is I'm going to hit record on both the GoPros so that I can record this. Now, everything could go haywire, or it could work. So we'll see what happens. There we go. Okay, so we see this one, if you notice, there's now like black bars on the top and the bottom, but I can live with that. But what it is this one, I thought, there we go. Oh, interesting. It didn't get completely screwed up this time. And it looks like it's recording. Hey, success. Yes, so Tim says, I tried this once and it didn't go down so well. I'm curious what you tried. Did you try you're talking about the Woodland Scenics stuff? Yeah, so before this, I actually tried to watch a video on it because I wasn't sure what the heck was going to happen. And after I watched... Uh-oh, does anyone know where Heath went? Am I not still there? I see myself on my video. Congrats, Heath, you did something right for once. Well, let's not, as I switch cameras, it might, yeah, see, this is what I was afraid of. The overhead camera is wonky now. The side camera, though, should be okay. So you're probably going to watch the majority of the rest of this via the side camera because of my own... Oh, I'm still on Heath. You guys I'm having enough trouble keeping everything together here, and you guys are giving me a hard time. So I'll try and remember to keep showing stuff over to this camera. But the overhead camera, I could come here and do this. But then it's kind of all blurry. So I don't know that it's worth looking at all blurry. Or I'll just show you the side cam and that'll be good. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do, which is something that I always forget to do, is tape the track before I start doing anything. So we're going to get that away. Trying to level this a little bit too. Yeah, bang out your Junction. Stop playing with Heath. Yeah, if you actually want to see me do anything. So what's interesting about this is I don't know if it's actually flat. or I don't know what flat is. Yeah, Frank, I know I could just use plaster cloth, but part of it is that, you know, I've got this kit from Woodland Scenics, and I'd like to try using it, you know? I mean, they sell it, you know, they sell it as a kit. I don't know how many of them are selling or not. I don't know whether it's a really popular kit. But you know, I kind of thought it might be interesting, interesting to see. So yes, I do have a level, and I could level it. The problem with the whole leveling thing is what just did that? Interesting. Powering off. Why did this just power off? See, this is why I'm testing this now live with you, because, you know. I think the GoPro 9 overheated. Maybe. Huh. So this camera view for some reason went off on me. See, guys, I told you this would be exciting. Transform, fit to screen. So I don't know. They're both pretty hot, but this one is even hotter. And I'm wondering if it's overheating. Yeah, Jason, you know, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's not, I don't even have it on battery. I actually have it plugged in. So it should actually be charging. It's set to never go off. So let's see, here we go. GoPro. So there's the Human City GoPro. Okay, so I seem to be in it. And it's recording. Oh yeah, it doesn't... Is it not charging? No, see the little thing at the top there shows that it's charging. Tim Lowell. And on Friday, the December 11th, we start making the module. So Jason the Train Freak barely made it past step 1 on his stream. So I'm trying to keep up with Jason by barely getting to step 1. So hope camera didn't hurt you when it went off. No, it didn't hurt me. I'm just a little confused as to what media mod lens. Let's see. I'm trying to find the setting where it so screensaver auto off is never. You can see right there, auto off never. So I don't know why. Like when I hit record, it looks like when I hit record that it stops charging. It could, so obviously I need to keep playing with this. Let's keep going. Let's just keep going. I'm gonna tape this module off. Hopefully hopefully it's hopefully it'll keep recording for a couple minutes while I tape the module off. But we'll see. We'll see if it does or if it doesn't. This will probably go down as my worst stream. Leslie, does the GoPro only do stuff on battery? See, and this is what's frustrating, and I might do a whole... Camera is too hot. Yeah, so the GoPro's overheating. But the GoPro 5 is fine. It's recording with no issues whatsoever. So, I don't know. So I got this GoPro 9 thinking that it was going to be great. It's been very difficult, this GoPro 9. I keep having problems, and it's just not, the GoPro 5 has just sort of been a better camera, and I just don't know why. Like, I don't know what the issues are. I'm a little bit wondering if I take it out of, so I've got the, we'll find out in 2.5 hours. So let's look at this thing. Let's see if I can get it off. Not sure if the 9 has the same. What are you doing? If you don't have the surrounding bracket on the GoPro 8, it won't charge. Yeah. So I've got the GoPro 9. I've got the media mod on it because what I wanted to be able to do was use the... Ow, this is like really hot. I wanted to be able to use the HDMI output so that I could... Hello, Anthony Dodge. I wanted to be able to use the HDMI output so that I could use it to stream and record because that's what I'm able to do with this one. But it seems like it's I don't know if it would overheat if I was just using the HDMI out. Like maybe I just can't do both. The Train Freak, to answer your question, I was doing 4K 60 on this guy, but this guy, the side camera only goes up to 2.7K 60. So yeah, there is no like official. This is like so hot. There is no official. Now, you know what I don't know is I don't know where I put this side cover. Boy, this stream's just getting better by the minute. So yeah, this sucker is warm. Sucker got hot. So maybe that, maybe it's just what it is. It can either record at 4K or it can... or I can use it for streaming, but I can't do both at the same time. So Andy, the reason why I want it is that I wanted to record what I was doing here so that I could use it later to make like a short video. So going on an hour to get the GoPro working, and we're getting there. It's not an hour yet. I started at 11:30. It's only 11:55. So this has been amusing, though, I must say. Small fan Heath might get windy, but it'll help dissipate the heat. Yeah, it's fun. I do have this big fan, but I don't know how I would rig it up to do it. Yeah. I'll just do some looking around. Hey, John A. Dawson. Perhaps a future video is Heath making YouTube videos and live streaming GoPro 9 the pitfalls. Yeah, I could just edit this all together and just say, don't do what I did. And that could be, you know, that could be pretty much what it is. Frank, I've been messing with it since 10 a.m. I've been messing with it since Wednesday. So this has actually been... I got the camera on like Wednesday. I bought it as a part of, you know, the whole Black Friday sale things. And I got the, you know, the media mod so I could use the HDMI out. But it's not, hasn't been the greatest experience yet. So, I don't even know what to say. Next video is whatnot. Yeah, you know, one of the things I wanted to do was a video on the comparisons between the 5 and the 9, and I wanted to talk about how great, you know, the 9 was. And I thought I would get to... I just realized I've had the desk a little too high. See, isn't that better now? All right, so here I'm just gonna. I've got 2 of these modules. I could video the other one. So here's what we're gonna do. If nothing else, Heath, you're keeping us entertained. Yeah, you know, I am a member of Sidetrack Sunday, so you know we've got to keep the sidetrack part of Sidetrack Sunday going. I'm just so frustrated with this camera. This GoPro 9 has just been a disappointment, up, down, left, right. And I feel bad saying it. Like, I feel like it's got to be operator error. Like, it's probably something I'm doing wrong, but I don't know. Anyway, go to step 2. I have to go to work at 1:30. Yeah. At the rate I'm going, maybe nobody will get to work today. So I'm going to tape this. And then once I tape it, we're going to go on from there. So Tim says, not like I can do much else right now as we're not allowed out as, oh, Eli coughed at school and now we're waiting for the test to come back. Yeah. Do you need to cycle up the battery at all? I was using it the other day, never recording for as long as I had been recording now, but like I had done a couple of tests, and this was supposed to be sort of, you know, this was supposed to be the test where, you know, I got everything working. Or, you know, today was supposed to be the test to see if I can get everything working. Obviously, I couldn't. Braille artist. I'm retired. What is this work stuff you speak of? And Anthony says, I'm done with work today, off the afternoon. Yes. So actually, work is something I'm not very familiar with. I had 2 paid days of work before Thanksgiving, and then all the work disappeared again because of the showstopper. So right now, this is about as much as the work I'm doing. So Rich W.S. Bond says, hi Heath, I've got to go lunchtime, get ready for work. Not going in is not an option. Missing work is a sure way to get put out on the street. Yeah. Yeah. Frank, I am not using Gorilla Tape to do the masking. I've had some bad experiences with Gorilla Tape recently. Yeah, Andy, I'm not sure that there's going to be a recording of this one. And I'm realizing, too, now that if I want to tape this off properly, the taping of this off is going to take a really long time, and that I should have taped this off. Should have taped this off beforehand. But They got a new throttle. We'll be showing this off at some point too. Digitrax, it's their utility throttle. I also got I got this from Guion. These are rail aligners. They've got like a little wavy pattern in the center so that they get wavy. Drew, definitely not watching this ruin online school. Drew, what's happening? Drew, have you tried out your GoPro Hero 9 yet? I'm curious how it's working for you. I was just telling everybody how I'm ready to throw mine across the room. So I was curious if you were having a little bit better luck. I gotta remember, I gotta keep looking up there at the camera. Hey Heather, Digitrax or NCE? Lance, who's this Heather person you're talking to? It's the Digitrax. Digitrax. I don't use Digitrax Control Station though. I use Digikai's DR5000, but it's LocoNet compatible. So there's that. Digger says masking with blue tape never goes well. Why do you say that, Digger? I haven't had that. I've actually been doing pretty well with it. Drew says, hey all, the GoPro 9 is definitely a bit aggravating. Hoping the 4K 30 will be worth it. Yeah, I was trying to record in 4K 60 just now, and it just kept overheating on me, which I thought was a bit weird. I wasn't sure why it was just continuing. I don't know why it was doing that. So, disclaimer, this video cast is not suitable for people of a nervous nature, as Heath might break something. Yeah. Yeah, Drew, we should talk. I don't know. I'm not so sure. With Humane City, Jordan, problems with the GoPro 9, I think I'm happy with my GoPro 8. Yeah, I know. You got that GoPro 8 right before the 9 came out. I'm going to start looking around more and seeing if I can figure out what's going on. Disclaimer, the glare from Heath's head may cause seizures. Oh, wow, Drew. I get what you're saying now, Dwight. Dwight, I just got excited when Drew was here because Drew and I both bought GoPro 9s at the same time. So I was curious to hear how it had been going for him and whether he was having as much fun with his GoPro as I was having with my GoPro. Lance says I got the GoPro 8 right before the 9 as well. Have you tried with the 8? Have you tried using it as a webcam and recording at the same time? My Life's Tracks. Should be a disclaimer that this stream can induce sleep. I tell you, man, after the way this is going, I think I may be going to sleep after this. But yeah, I like the whole 2-camera thing for streaming, though. I just wish the GoPro wouldn't overheat. I just stuck the GoPro in the fridge. Yeah, I'm curious about this as well. So Lance says his is still brand new. It's still in the box. I tell you, this whole week has been so frustrating between thinking I was going to have work and then having it go away. The issues with the GoPro. I don't know if people saw Peter Lloyd Lee's video, which is just heartbreaking. Just been a lot of just been a week, I tell you. Aha, that's the problem Heath is having at Drew. What did Drew say? Oh, wait, Drew. So, where's Drew? Where's Drew's comment? Anyway, Drew, you're saying yours has been overheating as well. So, Andy, the issue with recording off the PC versus off the camera is that on the camera, I can record 4K 60. Whereas, so on the camera, I could record 4K 60, whereas on the computer, I could only record 1080p 30, because that's all that the HDMI outputs. So, so Drew says yes, must be a mass defect. Talking about the overheating. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna go find a used Hero 5. For what I'm using them for, it's for what I'm using my GoPros for. I wanted the Hero 9 because I wanted to record in 4K 60 so that I could zoom in on things. And then being able to zoom in on things would give me the ability to, have some close-ups and stuff. So, yeah. So, Rick, you says you're catching up. You had to pause. You're about 24 minutes behind. Nothing has happened in the last 24 minutes. So, if you just go live, you're gonna. If you remember, Jason's experience about being on step 1, I'm pretty much still on. I'm on step 1 as well. So, Lackawanna Rail fan, welcome. Ian, Lehigh River Subdivision, welcome. John from Mystic Southern Railway. The Train Freak, you didn't just rub off on me. You rubbed off on Rick, and then you rubbed off on me. So I think you started... I think your decals video started something between the decals and then the Pass No More, and then now the... I feel like I should just go get the Lionel starter set that we're giving away for the holidays. I'm starting to think I should just go get that out and just not even deal with any of this and just go get that. Lackawanna, what am I doing to the track? So I'm going to be using some plaster, and instead of getting plaster on the track and then trying to clean it off, I'm basically taping up the track so that when I do get plaster on it, I'll just peel the tape up and it'll all come off really neat. So this is just blue painter's tape. This would probably be a little bit easier if I had 2-inch painter's tape, but nothing else is going right. So. Hey, Simo D. Yeah, Ian, it's much easier to work in O-scale. Oh, man, is that not true? The first starter set that I have that we're giving away is O-scale. The N-scale set should be here today, and the HO-scale set should be here on Monday. Andy, a Sony PMW F55 would be the ideal camera for you, Heath. I I'm not sure what the PMW F55 is, but something is telling me that that is a 4K 60 camera that probably costs $5,000. So what if I had the perfect real world situation, I'd buy 2 Canon 90Ds. I'd swap this camera out right here with a Canon 90D, and then I'd use one 90D as the overhead camera. And then the this other camera, the side camera, I would just use as whatever. I got the Hero 9 because I wanted to, again, like be able to zoom in without having to do anything. But if I had a Canon 90D up here, I could just zoom in. Andy, lol, nah, around 25,000 pounds. Yeah, I would love to have that. I would love to have that. The problem is I've been talking to John at TSG Multimedia too much, and he just got some 4K 60 cameras, and I'm very jealous of his 4K 60 cameras. And you know, I was hoping my $500 camera could compete. Oh, so should I go get the Hero 9 out of the fridge? All right, so I'm just gonna put this back on, and I'm just gonna use the overhead camera as an overhead camera just to see if, you know, if I'm not recording. Andy, I'm not 100% sure. Is that really true? I thought he got the more expensive ones. Drew is saying please. What are you saying please about, Drew? Maybe I should put mine in the fridge. Well, I did just have it in the fridge. I don't know why that LED light's still on. I don't know what that means. But yeah, I might be calling up GoPro. Yeah, so Dwight, the whole reason not to use cameras is that camera sensors are very, very small. So while they are shooting in 4K, you don't quite get the quality and the depth and the color and everything that you get with some of these cameras with the larger sensors. So the GoPro does have a larger sensor than the phones, obviously, like the Canon 90Ds and stuff. Andy, they're more than that. I don't want to get into exactly how much they cost, but yeah, what do you got more than that? How funny, I've got 38 people watching me. See, I tell you, oh, Jason left. I was gonna say, I was telling Jason that, you know, if you're struggling, people seem to tend to stick around to see what's happening. So let's get this, you know, okay, so I'm setting up the overhead camera right now. I tell you, man, it's just real, you know, real bummer. Oh. Looks like I should have pulled the... This angle is not for kids. Yeah. I know these aren't meant to be video cameras, but I like using DSLRs. I do. The problem is all the ones that I have, I bought back in my photography days. So, they don't have autofocus. So like my face camera right now, I bought a monitor to put above it so that I can check focus, and it's got something called peaking, so it highlights the edges when things are in focus. So I can tell when it's in focus and when it's not, but I have to manually focus it. So I could mount one of these overhead. I would just have to constantly be manually focusing it and stuff. So Yeah. So the other thing, wasn't it, Heath, that you said use D90s? 90D, a Canon 90D is what I'm trying to get. They're just 1080p 30 cameras, so they're not, 4K or anything. Just a little bit of a disappointment, but it's an APC size sensor, so it's a larger sensor. This right here is a full frame sensor. This other one there is an APC sensor, so it's what is it? It's like, I forget exactly how much smaller. But yeah, I'm actually really hating that the mounts are built into this. I kind of wish the mounts weren't built into it. Okay, so that worked. Real Artist says, not here because you're struggling. I'm here because I'm bored with real life today. Yeah, and to be honest, that's kind of why I'm keeping these things going. It's just a little bit of a break, for things. So Drew asks, where did I get the media mod? I bought it direct from GoPro. I bought the GoPro from GoPro, and I bought the media mod at the same time. I don't think I need it, but right. What happened to working on the module? Yeah, I'm getting back to it. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Get the camera going. So yeah, Lance. So the whole reason I love the Logitech 922. I happen to have a Logitech C270, which is a 720p webcam that unfortunately is not that great. It's all about chasing pixels. That I was trying to chase pixels. So I wanted the 4K, and unfortunately, in chasing the pixels, this is what I'm getting. I'm getting problems. Oh. There we go. Oh. Shouldn't be recording. I don't want it to record. That would be bad. We just went through that fiasco. Okay, so the camera looks good. Upside down right now. Let's flip it. Transform. Rotate 180. So, I think the camera looks great, and I love being able to have this view, especially for live streams. I think it's, well, I don't know. I should ask you, do you like having this sort of view where you can see the side and the top? Do you like just the top? Do you like just the side? Hey, Lakawana, see you later. Have a great day. Weber says, I think I have 3. Steve, my wife made a Blaine Heath decal for my insulated cocktail glass. That's too funny. What was I talking about? Oh, so I like the Logitech cameras. There isn't a good webcam that's 4K. I can't record them. So, hey, Anton Bruce. Yeah, more angles is cool. I like the side and the top views. Awesome. Good. I really like this for streaming. Like, I like the multiple views. I just think it adds something to it. See you later, Drew. The goal is to improve both my live streaming and my recorded videos. And what I started getting into, or what I would like to be able to do, is basically just turn on the camera, live stream, have people kind of watch as I work in real time, right? So like this may take me 9 hours today or whatever, right? So I would just sit here on the camera and just do whatever. And people could hang out and chat and whatnot. And then I would take that 9-hour video that I was also recording, and I would edit something. And like Frank is saying, most people's monitors can't produce 4K. The reason I want to shoot in 4K 60 is so that I can zoom in to 1080p. So like right now, the image that I have is like this big, right? But if this was a 4K image, I could take it and I could zoom it down to here, or I could zoom it down to here, or I could zoom it down to here. So I could show you sort of like a tighter view, and I can have, you know, more sort of options. So thanks for stopping by, Anton. Really appreciate it. Have a good day at work, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Rick says, just got to the part where Heath said catch up. Rick, I'm telling you, just skip. Somebody in the chat, tell Rick to just skip ahead. There's nothing to watch. There's literally nothing to watch. But yeah, so let's stay on for a little bit. We'll see if the GoPro works. You know, maybe what it's going to come down to is that the projects that I do live streaming just have to be different than the projects, you know, that I do for recording. I wanted to try and offer both. Like, a lot of people aren't going to sit and just watch, you know, an hour video of me putting tape on. But if we can, you know, if we could hang out together, you know, if we can hang out together and talk and chat and whatnot, you know, I want to be able to kind of do both. I want to keep building the community. Rick says, no way, it's hilarious. I don't feel so bad having audio and video issues on SDS. Yeah, somebody tell Rick to wait until the part where I stick the camera in the fridge. I will say though, Rick, the difference is I now at least have everything going as far as the stream. I don't have everything going as far as recording, but I do have everything going as far as the stream. So yeah, I mean, maybe the thing is I just leave the setup set up and I do the, you know, I do the recording. I do the recording later. The Hero 5, the side camera, this one, I can record in 2.7K, which means I can zoom in about 1.2 and a half. You know, with the 4K, I can zoom in about 1.5. With the GoPro, or sorry, with the Hero 5, I had the camera like right here. And this, now the camera is way up farther. So, you know, not having the camera here also just makes it easier for me to work. So what I'm doing with this section, for people who are, so what the heck am I doing? This is a part of this kit. And what I'm trying to do is I'm taping the track now so that I can basically do this part here. I want to add the Woodland Scenics shaper sheets that are in here, and do it that way. So Weber, it's interesting that comment that you just made, because it would be pretty awesome if I had more money. What would be really great is I could just put, you know, cheaper webcams next to these two cameras and then just record and stream at the same time. So Frank, again, the reason I can't save and edit my live stream is because my live stream is only 1080p 60, right? So if you click on the little gear icon, I'm only streaming in 1080p 60. So I couldn't zoom this camera in, right? I couldn't make it tighter. Whereas if I record on the camera in 4K 60, then I have those extra pixels so that I can do it. Eric from Minnesota E&E Railroad, thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a great day at work. So, yeah. So I'm taping this off so that when I put the shaper sheet on and then I throw the plaster on top of that, I don't get plaster all over the tracks and then have to try and clean the tracks later. Boy, if this isn't like one of the most combobulated live streams ever, I don't know what it is. Hey, Frank, talk about the giveaway a little bit. People who missed Michael McCarville's stream on Wednesday night, basically, I'm trying to change the subject because I want to talk about something a little bit different. Michael McCarville on Wednesday night gave away the first of the starter sets that we're giving away this holiday season. Hey, NS5107, aka Chad Scout. What's going on, sir? Welcome. I got the module cams going for you. So Michael McCarville gave away the first. He gave away an HO set on Wednesday night. I have 3 more sets coming in the mail. I've got the Lionel one here. I've got an HO one and an N scale set. I'm gonna do an entry video. I'm gonna do an entry video probably Tuesday at this point. I'm a little bit behind on things, so probably Tuesday. Rail artists, enjoy lunch. And Raker74, I'll answer your question in 1 second. Don't put the GoPro in the fridge. You could cause condensation. At this point, I could care less. This GoPro is driving me up a wall. So probably on Tuesday, maybe Wednesday at the latest, the entry video will come out. And then on December 13th, I am going to hold the giveaway. Michelle Kempema from the Colorado Model Railroad Museum is going to be on the stream with us. Frank, if you're around, I'm hoping you'll join as well. And we're going to give away the train sets for the people who entered. And we're raising money. Any additional money over and above what it costs to cover the train sets, we're going to give to Michelle Kempema and the Colorado Model Railroad Museum's youth program. So if anybody still wants to donate and still wants to be a part of giving, basically it's about giving model railroading to the next generation. And that's what it's about. We all remember our first train sets. We all, remember that stuff. So we're trying to give away that first. We're trying to give away that first train set. So, if people do want to still get involved, the link that I just posted should work. Hey, Don G, welcome. Nearly Historical Railroad. So that link should work if people want to get involved. And let's see let's see this holiday season, how we can't sort of give forward and get some trains in the hands of some youths. Okay, so, and Frank is the one that pushed me into doing it. For those of you who were wondering, Michael McCarville started the idea, and then Frank said, hey, you need to give away a train set on your channel. So we're not just giving away 1, we're giving away 3. So Rakers, how do you like the Woodland Scenics Kato module? I actually did a review of it. I forget what number it is. That link doesn't work. Oh, because I spelled it wrong. I can't even spell my own website link. So let's hope that one works. Oh, and it's not. Oh, I did it wrong again. Click on the Streamlabs just posted the link. to support the channel directly via PayPal, please visit pay.humancity.org. If you click on that, that'll take you there. Sorry, I just can't seem to do anything. I just can't seem to do anything right today. Let me. I'm gonna try typing in the link one more time. Pay.humancity.org. Okay, let's see. Yes. Okay, so that last link I just posted works. So if people want to give a contribution towards the 3 sets we're giving away, and for any additional money will go to the youth program at the Colorado Model Railroad Museum, you can donate there. So finally, and I gotta go here. Okay, so Rakers, I did do a review video on it. They're okay. They're not great, but they're okay. They're light. They're a little flimsy, so they're hard to get square. My understanding and what I'm working on now is once you get the shaper sheet on, in theory, the shaper sheet will help hold it stable. One of my sponsors is CMR Products, and CMR Products makes the wooden the traditional wooden models. I much prefer this traditional wooden model. Hey, Sean from Dakman Productions, how you doing? Oh yeah, Frank's saying. So Frank, I'm not going to do the trivia thing because I want the entry to be as easy as possible. People will just have to watch the video and comment in the comments. But please do subscribe to Frank. Make sure you subscribe to me. Hey, John, Schuylkill River Valley, will you put Frank's link in the chat so that people can subscribe to his channel as well? And then when the entry video comes out, I'll mention that as well. Oh, Raker, there you go. Yep. Rakers just says he's got 10 of these models. Rakers, I would CMR modules. If you're not getting a discount from them already, just use the code HUMAN for a discount on anything that any in-house brands that CMR Products has. So the Easy Street stuff, any of the TabTech products, all that stuff, 7% off with the discount code HUMAN. So yeah. So Frank says, take a breath. Wesley, yes, CMR does great decals. They'll do all kinds of custom decal work. They're a family-run business. It was started by their father. It's now being run by the 2 brothers. I like dealing with the family, businesses. They're a smaller business. So, yeah. Weber says that, Heath, the time, Weber Model Railroad, Lance, the time you do the giveaway, the kids will be adults. Lance, that's okay. No, so the goal, they'll be given away on the 13th. Hopefully everyone that wins will give me their addresses that night so that on the 14th I could get them mailed out right away. And, if I get them mailed out on the 14th, they'll easily be there by Christmas. And thanks, John, for posting that link. Please subscribe to Frank. The giveaway was all Frank's fault. Rakers, it's funny that you say that. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 of the CMR modules, and then I've got 2 of these Kato modules. I haven't been working since March, so I'm trying not to rebuy something that I already have. But I really want to replace these Woodland Scenics modules. I'm sure they have a purpose. I'm sure they have a place. They are cheaper. Like, you do get, you basically, you don't get the water and stuff. But basically you get enough to bring it to this stage here. So it comes with the shaper sheets, comes with the plaster and stuff. Oh, 14th is a Sunday. Heath broke the post office. Is the 14th a Sunday? Have I been telling everybody the wrong date for my sidetrack Sunday? No, the 13th is a Sunday. The 14th is Monday. Frank, now you're just confusing me. Frank, by the time this module is done, they may be. Yeah, so the 13th is Sunday. The giveaway will be Sunday. I'll mail them on Monday. Hanukkah ends on the 18th. So if you are Jewish and you want them to get there by the 18th, let me know. We are doing the way we're going to run the giveaway, and this is just, it's just to kind of protect everybody. The way we're doing the giveaway is that we're going to give the trains away to an adult, and then the adult will pass them on to a kid. So the train that was given away on, oh, see, now I'm in focus. Now I'm out of focus, and I can see that now. The train that we gave away Wednesday night, Ken from B&O Railroad. Ken, I forget Ken's whole channel, but it's Ken something at B&O Railroad. He is a grandfather to 2 younger sons, and he's going to give the train sets to his grandkids. So that's kind of what we're hoping, is that people, that know somebody that maybe has... See you later, Simodi. And hello, Gus Hadley, the lunatic from Ammo. So we want the responsible adult to be responsible, that the kid will be able to set the railroad up. So, maybe it's a kid that's just shown interest in model railroading, or, anything like that. So we want to get youths involved. This is Arno. See, I need to wear my glasses all the time. It's from Arno. Gus Hadley from Arno. So Gus, if you want an interesting but unusual channel to check out, and somebody that posts short videos, so they're easy to get through, but they're just fun. They're just sort of out there. Check out Gus's channel. Don G says, responsible adult, I'm out. Yeah, Don, my understanding is that's why your dad is always there with you while you're modeling, is that he's the responsible adult. So, if you do want to do the giveaway, and you do want to enter, we'll just make sure to send the set to your dad, and then he could give it to you. Gus, absolutely. I really like Gus's channel. It's a little, and I say this in the nicest way. It's a little off kilter. Yes, Norman. Yes, we've got the blue tape on the track. So step 1 is done. We're moving on to step 2. So if anybody saw Jason the Train Freaks last Sidetrack Sunday, I think I've just caught up to where he is. Leslie, times change. I was all of 5 years old when I got my first electric train set and was left to set it up myself. Leslie, honestly, 2 of the sets are Bachmann. One of the sets is the Lionel, so they all have the easy track set up, except for plugging the transformer in. It's all good. It's all good. Lance, it's not been an hour and a half. It's only been an hour and 10 minutes, so Why is everyone giving me a hard time? Okay. Scott! Scott, the mystery man Scott finally shows up. Yeah, so anybody in here that you don't know, please check out their channels, subscribe, support everybody. You know, it's we're a very small, tight community, and by subscribing it and watching people's videos, it really helps. Really helps people. Careful, everyone. He's gotten out the knife. My Life's Tracks. Hey Heath, how many subscribers should I have before I start a merch line for my channel? I think My Life Tracks thongs and speedos would be a big hit. So My Life's Tracks, I started all of that stuff at about 500 subscribers. I would say you could start at 300. You can really start at any time. Once I got to 500 subscribers, I felt like this was going to be something I was going to be sticking with. And that's when I started thinking about it a little bit more like a business. I'm still doing this for fun. I'm still doing this because I enjoy doing it. But, you know, it is, you know, I've been out of work for a little while, so, you know, there's a little bit of a business to this for me. Okay, so Shaper Sheet Plaster. Nice, look at this. So, instructions. So what did I miss? Thongs and Speedos, we got through that already. Chasco, the Band-Aids are covering the tracks already. Yes, we got the blue tape on. Gus Hadley, your program. Thank you, Gus. Yeah, Gus, I appreciate that. I really do. Norman says you don't have to use the plaster. Really? So I could just put this thing on and then just tape this? I've never used this shaper sheet. I'm not really sure how this all works. Frank, what do you want to do a walkthrough video of? How to use a shaper sheet? So what I'm thinking of doing, so on the module, this is the inside, right, on my square. So this is the outside. So what I'm thinking of doing is cutting a little thing in it and putting a little, like, a little culvert here. And with a little culvert here, then I can... So I've got this little culvert, little Woodland Scenics culvert. So I'm thinking I'll put the culvert, you know, like here or something, and then I can have just a little piece of water, just to have some water. It won't, you know, it's not going to be a huge stream. But I think it'll, you know, add something. It won't be solid. But yeah, I think I'm gonna add the plaster. I've got my bin of plaster rocks already here, so I can add some of these rocks. And if you haven't seen some of my past videos, anytime I used plaster, basically, and I had some left over, which is why they're a bunch of different colors, I would just make some plaster rocks. So I'll probably take these rocks and, you know, mix them in and do some of that. So what we're gonna do, you know, maybe should the culvert lead to just a stream that just comes to the comes out to one of the sides, or should I do a like a little culvert that kind of leads out to like a little pool of water? Maybe I'll do it to a little pool of water so that it could be a little bigger. Donegal Dad, Mr. Mark himself. Do a dry bed. Yeah, the water technique, Lance, that I'll probably do is actually something that I saw Marklin of Sweden do. And it uses tissue paper and paint, and you basically use tissue paper and glue and paint and more glue, and it ends up kind of looking waterish. Step one should have been to figure out what you wanted to do first. Well, Steve, I got on here and I couldn't even get the cameras to work. So why would I do that? Oh, I could do that, Lance. I could just take a bunch of junk and make it not like a pond, but make it look like kind of like a stagnant water, pool of stuff that sort of, maybe I could have some hobos hanging out. Lol, just being Heath. Yeah, blame Heath. Yeah. Somewhere for the shopping. What was Lily saying? If you do a pool, you can do the water techniques with toilet paper. Yeah, Leslie, I love Marklin of Sweden's. Oh, that's very funny. Fred Wild, with the TP shortage, you're going to use it for water. That's hilarious. I was trying to think about what might be the best way to cut this. I want to draw a little. Scott, I got your email. Sorry I didn't respond yet. I do appreciate that. Scott's going to send me a sound module. One of the things I really want to do on some of my modules, I'm going to make an oil pump. I'm going to have some cows and horses and stuff. And I want to have some sound effects as well. So Scott's actually going to send me a sound module that he's working on, which should be great. Lance, like some stuff fell off the train going by. Oh, that's too funny. So let's do. So I'm going to cut it from, let's say about here. Let's make it a big thing. So I'm thinking it'll come out of here, and the one side will just go here, and then the other one will kind of come out, and it'll kind of like drape around, and then I'll make this sort of like a whole mess pile. Oh, I want to see the oil pump. Yeah, so it's the Walther's oil pump with the motorizing kit, right? So I'm gonna build. I want it motorized. They make it in HO and N. I'm doing the N scale one because I like torturing myself. But I really want to get this thing going, the oil pump. And your layout, actually, you should make a whole field of them. I think, how awesome would it be to have a bunch of, just the movement of the oil pumps that go up and down as the trains go by. I think it's a really neat thing. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Trying to think, if I do a culvert, I'm going to want the paper to come down. So I think I'm going to cut it to. Maybe with little curved corners. You guys probably can't even see what I just drew. So I'm going to do not use Sharpie. If you use Sharpie and you don't cut it out, and then you put scenery and stuff on top of them, when you spray it with the alcohol, the Sharpie comes back to the top, and it's a pain in the ass. So I'm going to do this with Sharpie so you can see it, and then I'm cutting it out. So. Digger, it'll look like Kuwait. Digger, here in the U.S., if you go to like Texas, I think even like Wyoming, maybe Colorado too. I'm not really sure. There's a lot of we have a lot of oil pumps as well. Hey, Dave P. Dave P. I hope you have your bells on. Dackman from South Jersey, nothing but farms and forests. It's actually true. Jersey is pretty diverse in its climate. I'm getting a phone call. Who's calling me? There we go. Yeah, I know they're definitely in Kansas. So we're gonna cut that shape out. We're gonna go with that. Dave P, you'll never know. Dave, you said you were gonna show up with bells on Wednesday night, and I didn't think I saw you in there. So. Yeah, big oil fields in Emporia area of Kansas. Yeah, there are definitely oil fields in the. Oh, I love the sound of cutting this stuff. Oh, I hate it. Whoever invented this white foam, it should be illegal. I hate this white foam. Dave P says, get your eyes checked. Yeah, I should be wearing my glasses all the time and I'm not, so there is that. Is Dwayne here? Oh, hey Dwayne. How you doing? First oil was found in Western Pennsylvania. I had no idea. Oil City. I guess that makes sense. Just seems a little far north, but I guess it makes sense. Never cut towards yourself. Bernard, thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Jason the Train Freak warned me, we were chatting earlier. He said, you know, if you don't have somebody else reading the chat from you, you're not going to get anywhere. You really need to wear glasses when you're chasing pixels. They are so small. Yeah. Is the silence deafening? I can't see beyond 3 feet. I must have my glasses. Luckily for me, the far is okay. It's reading anything. So like if I was to do N scale, for example, I would have a very, very difficult time seeing anything. There we go. So we'll take the shaper sheet. We'll have it kind of come across. We'll have it drop in. We'll drop in here, you know, kind of go around, come back up. go across. I'm not sure how that's going to work because it is a sheet. See you later, Lance. Norm Miller, are you going to set up the trolley around the Christmas tree this year, or is it broken? If you look at my very, very, very first video on YouTube, it's the 2019 layout for the Christmas tree. It's not completely broken, but I did break the house off of it, so I would just have to glue the house back on. So it's not completely destroyed. I have no idea how this is going to work. Randall, you missed nothing. I haven't gone anywhere. Yeah, I definitely need a magnifying glass. Am I the only person with glasses that doesn't have a problem with Enscope? I'm just joking. I don't have any problems. I've got two of these guys. Where's the? Oh, there we go. One's 1.75, one's 2.75 for the smaller stuff. You'll notice I'm not, Dear Evans, don't. Are you saying that the way this is now is upside down? Isn't this the direction it goes in? Ian, you don't use any glasses because you're still in your 30s. Wait till you hit your 40s. It's not extruded polystyrene, Gus. It's just that cheap white stuff. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna go grab shaper sheet white up. I'm gonna go grab. I have more track in the other room. I'm gonna go grab the track so that I can put it down on top of it, and I can scribe the circle so that I can attach it on this edge. And then we'll sort of figure out what I'm doing with the other edge. So give me a minute. Here. Did anybody miss me? So, for people that don't know, I know like Dackman's here, who is an O-scaler, and I'm sure there's some people that don't use Kato Unitrack, but this track, he's taking the dog out. So I didn't go to the bathroom, I didn't take the dog out. In Dackman, I could not agree more. I generally don't know what the heck I'm doing until I start. It's interesting. Like, I watched Neeler Historical Railroad videos, and they use a ton of reference images, and I love it because they have a very specific idea about what they're going to build. Thanks for coming, My Life's Tracks. Really appreciate it. I have no idea what I'm doing. So, okay. Kato Unitrack. Their curves are super elevated. Boy, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it. But it's basically, it's not flat. They're on an angle. So you buy the corners, and then you buy the transitions. So these are two parts. The one side is super elevated, the other side is flat. So you take the super elevated side, goes against the super elevated curve, And basically it's transitioning into and then out of, oh, Ian, you're Jewish. That's kind of cool. Janim. Huh. Okay, anyway. So now what I want to figure out is, so I'm going to do the shaper sheet, but I want to have some space on either sides, but I still also want to have enough for the background. Okay, so I think I'm going to do this right about here, because that'll give me enough. I can secure this edge down there, and then it'll give me enough that when this pulls back as I drop down, I should be good. Dackman, it is kind of neat that you can buy the super elevated curves. So I'm actually not a big fan of Kato Unitrak. I'm using it because it's the T-Trak standard. If you get like Pico or Atlas or whatever other track, hey, Mr. Hot Dog's here, Mr. Pictovid, and John 2618. Welcome, gentlemen. I actually prefer when I can control my super elevations a little bit more. Yeah, it's great, but I don't know. It's okay. So let's cut this out. Hey, it worked. I can see the line. See, it helps having extra track. So there are some people that love the Kato Unitrak. Ian's one of them. Roy Smith from the Union Pacific subdivision likes it. There are people that really like the Kato Unitrak. Lakawana, are my live streams planned? The answer is sort of. I don't necessarily plan what I'm going to do, but I try and get on every Friday at around 11:30. Yeah, Mike Pfeiffer, Fifer. Yeah, likes the Kato Unitrak a lot. Lakawana, yes. So every Friday at 10:30, I've been trying to get on. I don't really plan what I'm going to do. Sometimes I'll use StreamYard. I've got StreamYard going in the background now, which is why I can do the lower thirds. But sometimes I'll use StreamYard as my main streaming platform, and then I can bring people up just to chat and hang out. Let's see, Charles Hedler gave $4.55. Gave $5. Gotcha, gave $5. Thank you so much, Charles. I'm not sure who Charles Hedler is. Charles, what's your channel? If you're still here, Charles. Is that Pico StreamYard? No, I think it's just whatever StreamYard is. Yeah, Lakawan, I found if you do it pretty consistently, it helps because then people kind of know when to plan to kind of be around, and people will show up. Man, this is going to be interesting. So I'm going to cut the corners, and then I'm going to get some scissors out, and I will cut the... Yes, Pictovid. Oh, wait, can I push StreamYard into OBS? Clarify what you're asking me. So this is... I am bringing in the lower thirds from StreamYard into OBS using color key. Oh! Camera overheated again. That's a real bummer with this camera situation. I don't know why the camera's overheating. Let's see, side 2. We'll go to this camera. So I can bring the lower thirds in, which is what I'm doing here. There are some videos out there about how to do it, but if you reach out to me, we can definitely do that. Or we can, we can walk through it. I can walk you through my setup. Dackman, Heath, I plan on creating your video describing the terms O gauge and O scale, high rail, etc. Awesome. I have no idea, man. When these O scale guys start talking about stuff, I get so lost. So yes, I will appreciate that video a lot. Okay. I'm using my DR4024 as my straight edge. Randall, what's his name is saying the same thing. Drew has the same camera and he's having similar problems as well, where, it keeps cutting out. So it seems to be a problem, pretty universal problem. Now this camera here, the GoPro 5, no problems. Andy Ambrose, wow, you are so accurate with your guessing it nearly. Oh, what did nearly historical railroad guess? Oh, I got behind again. What radius do I have again? No? It is the 28 to 31 or whatever it is. It's like 28 something, 280 something to 31 something. So these little Fiskars that I got are really pretty awesome. They're like these little, they're used for fabric cutting, but they're small, so you can do the, get the good turning in. Get the good turning in. Jason sees headlights. So Andy, my guess, he never made it to step 2 and just gave up. This is step 2, isn't it? Well, step 2 was cutting the hole in the module. This would be step 3. And technically, I am on step 13. Thinking maybe I cut that hole out too deep. It is N scale after all. I probably didn't have to cut it so deep. Probably could have made it a lot more shallow if I would have gotten out my... Because that drop's going to be like huge. Norman Rose says, what? I have the whole polar assisted O scale and a 1969 Lionel GP7 and many more. Yeah, Lackawanna, you do Mondays at 8, you said, right? Dackman. For Dackman to understand, you need to add swinging pilots and a third rail to your N scale. Yeah, there's no three rails. No 3 rails. Okay. Is everyone watching me intently cut a circle? Hey, the switch list. How you doing? Better late than never. Yeah, I should probably technically be off by now. My camera keeps overheating and things keep going wrong, so the saga of the GoPro 9. I wonder if I do set it at 2.7 if I would have better luck. I mean, I've been on been on for an hour and a half, but it's probably been running, I guess, an hour since I've had all the problems. So, you know, I guess that's not too bad, but, you know, I guess technically I'm using a GoPro to live stream, which is not technically what it's supposed to be used for, so it's overheating. There we go. Perfect. Heath's camera is going through hot flashes. Heath is going through hot flashes too. At least the dog is just chilling. Dog is just like passed out right next to me here. All right, so who wants to tell me I'm an idiot now? This is supposed to be the other side. I actually cut the wrong side first. I wanted to do this other side first. Oh, it doesn't really matter, right? Like, I can do this side first. It's not a big deal. It's just sort of like, so I'm going to attach this here, and then I'm going to crinkle this up. This is one of those things that if something can go wrong, it's going to go wrong. So I don't know if this is the right way to do it or not. This is the way I'm doing it. I'm crinkling it to make it a little bit more rock moldish. I still think there'll be problems when you start crinkling the shaper sheet. Yeah. I probably should have crinkled it and then cut it, right? Because now this front corner is going to be a little bit short. Okay, so for today's video, I'm going to show you how not to do it. So if everybody wants to see how not to do something, what I theoretically want to do is I have more of this white foam downstairs in the basement. And of course, I didn't bring any of it up here. But what I'm going to do is I'll build up this edge so that I can attach this and have it kind of be up, like, you know, go up a little bit. So what I'll probably do, Digger, you watch this so that you know what not to do. So the switch list, you have a basement in New York City. The answer is yes, it's not just mine. I live in a 29-story building that was built in 1929. When it was built, there's a theater that was built in it. So they put a bunch of little rooms and stuff in the basement. So there are, they converted some of the rooms into storage rooms. So, so what I really would like to do is see about getting rid of these lines. I don't like these fold lines. Yeah, Gus, I think you were asking me about whether you could do O-scale modules. Dackman, who hopefully is still here, he goes to the Greenberg train shows, and there are actually clubs there that do modular layouts, the Greenberg clubs, and I know that Dackman has filmed them, so he might be able to tell you more about that. The Taft Hotel. I do not know where it is off the top of my head, but if you gave me the address, I might know where it is. Wow, a 1929 building in New York. How is that still standing? there's a lot of much older buildings in New York. It's funny you say that, because when you go to Europe, like 1929 would be a brand new building in Europe. But here it's, you know, it's definitely older. Yeah, 1929 it's not new construction. It's you know, it's right after World War I, right after the Great Depression. No, it was right before the Great Depression. So this building actually has a lot of history to it. It's built as an artist commune. So all of the apartments were built, 99% of the apartments were built as studio apartments. And everyone would go downstairs to the dining hall to eat. And it was a very much sort of a community building, and people came to this building to be near the you know, near the artist that sort of founded it, and stuff like that. So Norman Rowe, what about the Empire State Building? Even a plane crash or King Kong couldn't bring it down. That is true. Lackawanna says, my great-grandma is 1 year older than that building. Mr. Pictovitz making fun of Dackman, which is always a good thing. How will you attach the sheet to the narrow piece of radius near the track? So what I'm doing, Digger, is I'm going to bend it over. I'll attach it, and then I'll fill it in when I'll fill it in when I plaster it. That explains right. Yeah, I get my creativity from the building. The building gives me my creativity. Hey, crazy JOL. What's happening? That's starting to look a little bit more like rocky terrain, yeah. Yeah, Dackman, do they have a standard for their O-scale modules that they bring to that Edison show where, you know, like everyone around the country uses that same standard? Or is it something like they just do, you know, they kind of do their own thing? So I don't know if that's how you're supposed to mold shaper sheet, but that's how it's done on Humanity Junction. I'm actually really glad I cut this out the way I cut it out, because I'm learning a lot by doing this side that I think will really help me, which will help me when I get to the other side. So I am going to try and use these little dots. So they're like little sticky dots. Oh, the humanity, you're correct. Hey, Dackman, do you know where Gus, who's in here, can find out what those standards are? See, so I'm just going to attach this here to this front edge. I'll fill it in with a little bit of plaster. I can get underneath and attach it from underneath. And then this side, I'm just going to lift up and I'll put some something under it. Gus Edison definitely did not invent the light bulb. This is really interesting, this shaper sheet stuff. I think I kind of like it. So not a generally big fan. Digger, I don't know if you saw me show these little dots earlier. I'm gonna try and use some of these little dots. This is what they send to attach it, and I don't know if it's gonna work at all or not, but I'm gonna try it and we'll see what happens and we'll go from there. What I kind of want, let's see, if I take this box here, kind of do this now. Mr. Pictovid, there's a club about 45 minutes from me that has a nice N-scale layout. I'd done at least one video on it. I was hoping to make it there this year, but the open house was canceled. Yeah, there's a great club near me that's got a great N-scale layout. Yeah, it's... I wish I could get there because I could run some, you know, run some longer trains. So, yeah. Yeah, they are a little expensive, but you know, this is interesting. I don't know. I don't really understand what's going on, but oh boy, these things are sticky. So I'm just gonna stick them here. So I'm gonna run a bunch of them around the edges. Yeah, Andy, that's actually one thing that I really like about Teespring is that they've got multiple distribution centers, so you can order stuff. So I'm thinking this doesn't stick to the white as well as it sticks to the back, but I want to do it this way. Well, let's see what happens. That's why live shows are so popular now, because yes, that's very true, Dackman. Some people use the shaper sheets upside down as rock molds. Very interesting. That's actually kind of a neat idea there, Norman. Let's see. Tesla was on a different level. That is true. We got in a heated debate about the phonograph. I said Edison invented it. My nephew said Victor did. I asked him what's Victor's name. Last name, he said Borga. Oh, that's hilarious. Victor Borga is pretty darn funny, though, I will say. I don't know if people can actually see what I'm doing, but this stuff kind of looks like, you know, what might come out of your nose. I hope I don't have the SMT demons. That would not be good. I mean, I'm getting somewhere. Yeah, they are kind of like, yeah. Yeah, there's actually a lot of live shows, and there's a lot of people planning live shows coming up for the holidays as well. Over Thanksgiving, when everybody was home, there were a lot of live shows. So I'm expecting the same thing over the holidays, which I think is great, man. I love how much the community has, found a way to connect. And, honestly, it's kind of interesting too, because we, a lot of us were just basement modelers, and we didn't really hang out with many other people outside of, whoever came down to our basement. So this YouTube thing, I think, just as it grows too, is really opening things up on all sides. Jason, that would be awesome. That would be awesome sauce. Victor Borgia might be funny to the golf crowd, Martin says. Martin, I don't know how old you are, but if you were in your 50s-ish or so, you would probably think he's pretty funny. I think he's pretty funny. I'm a little younger. NMRAX is doing live shows over Christmas. Randall, what do you mean by a cursed Acela? Are there Acelas that are cursed and Acelas that are not cursed? Okay, this is getting excited. I'm gonna put one more on, and then we're gonna try and slap this sucker together. Jason, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out how I can be there. So, Jason, I don't know if you know, but where they operate out of is not the store. They've actually moved the store. So the where they do the operations is in the warehouse where everything used to be. Oh, ain't this interesting? Actually, I mean, it's, you know, there's definitely a little gap, but we'll see now, too, if I can get this, if I can get it to stretch over here now, because now it's getting a little tight. Yeah, so I definitely should have crinkled it first. But I do think I'll probably be able to get this to work. I'll probably still be able to get this to work. So you can kind of see it. So we're getting there. Yeah, I'm using this painter's tape. I also have some frog tape though, and I actually, if I was gonna paint this, I really like frog tape for the painting of stuff. But for this, for what I'm doing here, the blue painter's tape is doing really well. All right, so we're gonna put this here. And I'm gonna pull this. So I put one sticky in this corner, one sticky in this corner to kind of, you know, hold it together. And then I'm just kind of, you know, going through here and just sort of getting this all down nice and good. What I think I'm going to do, I'm tempted to get my hot glue gun out and put some put some hot glue along this edge. Don't know if I need it though. I feel like I'm gonna break something. It's pretty Leslie, it's looking better than I expected. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult. That's so funny. Oh my god. Oh, that's too funny. Ian says, I've gone through a lot of hot glue on my mountain. Yeah. Trying to think of what glue might work along here. I think the hardest part's just going to be to sort of, you know, just keep working with this edge a little bit, maybe. Sticking very well. Get a better one. There we go. Gonna plaster it. The plaster should hold it. Yeah, definitely. I'm just what I'm trying to do is just sort of get a little ridge here so that when I do sort of start putting stuff on it, that I don't get like this like weird little hump thing. And about the cracking, I mean, I'm hoping that this shaper sheet plaster is like designed for this, and it's not gonna crack, but yeah, so what I'm trying to do now is kind of lift this up a little bit. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be that high, right? It's N scale. You know, here's an N scale boxcar, so, you know. I don't think this needs to be, you know, kind of like a high mountain. It'd be nice to get a little bit of height out of it, though. Oh. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to have to come back and, you know, fill this in under here, give it some structure. You know, yeah, I like that this is a gentle hill. I don't mind that too much. I mean, maybe the next one I'll do a little bit more dramatic hill. But, you know. What I am thinking of doing is in here, maybe running a piece of tape along this. Particularly so that when I drop the plaster down, it doesn't get onto my table. Andy, I'm not particularly doing the northeast quarter. If anything, I would almost say that I'm doing more of upstate Adirondacks-ish. But yeah, Martin says a block of foam to support it. I've got a bunch of styrofoam downstairs that I'll cut, and you know I'll throw it in there. Yeah, Norman, I'm thinking I'm just gonna make these edges straight though. I'm not gonna have them kind of overlap module. If this was more of like a permanent setup, I would probably do that. But for what I'm doing here, I just think it's going to be easier to kind of keep them sort of separate-ish. For anybody that doesn't know, this is gaffer's tape. It's a kind of a, I guess it's a clothish type of tape used by gaffers for movies and stuff. We use it in theater a lot. Are you modeling the Conrail took over New York City time period? Dackman, I'm not modeling a specific time period, but mostly it's circus train stuff. I'm kind of thinking probably a little bit more before that. More, you know, more New York Central, Penn Central, you know, more tape. Digger, you can never have enough tape, right? Come on. I'm really just doing this so that when I plaster tape it, I don't know if it's cloth. I don't know what gaffer's tape is. I don't know. It's kind of cloth in. Again, I'm not really using the tape to hold it much. It's more just that, so when I do put the plaster down in the hole, that it doesn't go everywhere. There we go. And there's some little, you know, there's some little glue things that popped up, but I think, you know, we'll be okay. Now that it's taped too, I can get a little bit more aggressive, maybe with getting a little bit of a steeper mountain to it. Push into it a little bit. This is interesting stuff. This is not at all what I was expecting, but it's really kind of neat. It's really kind of interesting. Huh. And when when you start weathering it and stuff too, and you get the colors and stuff going down, it's probably gonna be pretty darn cool. What do we think? Looks like Teflon tape that my dad uses, yeah. It's not, I mean, it's almost like aluminum foil, but it's definitely a thicker foil. I don't know what it's like. I mean, I guess it is a little bit more like if you've ever used aluminum muffler tape, almost. All right, let's stop playing with that side. So for people that have used, it's heavy aluminum foil with fuzz on it. Yeah, basically. For people that have used this before, is there any reason I shouldn't like just cut it into pieces and then like just overlap the pieces? Oh, I forgot. I've updated this this link. You can just go to www.blaineheath.com. I need to update that. Are you going to support your hill with anything? Yes, I will. I will definitely support somebody. Broadway Limited made some Lackawanna, I think New York City F units and N scale DCC sound. Yeah, I believe you are correct. Whew, did it get hot in here? Yeah, cut and overlap. So I think I'm going to do that because I think that's going to make my life significantly easier. Especially as I try and do this culvert. So I kind of want the culvert to start up here-ish. So I want the culvert to start up here, and then it'll kind of flow down into there. So let's see what I can come up with. I'm going to go check if my windows are open. And now we do the shaper sheet thing again. It may have got hot in there, but please do not take off your clothes. Oh, come on. You know me. Heath, your train of 40-foot boxcars got me constantly looking for 44-foot boxcars now. I know, right? It's kind of addictive. You know, you start buying the box cars, and then you start buying more box cars and more box cars, and yeah, it is definitely a bit addictive. Let's get this out of Mr. McCarville. Did you visit the post office yet today? Okay, so I need to cut this side. I'm going to try and cut the correct side this time, instead of the wrong side. So here's the question. You were all watching me cut the wrong side. All of you. And yet nobody said anything. Yeah, Digger, I have been thinking about going and grabbing my my hot glue gun. I don't know why. I'm trying to avoid it for some reason. Jeez. Oh, I wish I could pop Digger's comment up here, but it hasn't come up yet. Yes, it was great fun watching, Heath. I waited patiently for the moment you realized it was comedy gold as usual. Ah, Mr. Pictovid, where would the entertainment value be in telling you it was wrong? You know... With friends like you guys, who needs enemies? Step for a few Steve Childers. I step away for a few minutes and come back to see Heath's actually done something. Yeah, well, you know, if you stay here long enough, eventually something's gonna get done. I can't guarantee what it'll be. So now I guess the question really is this Aleene's glue gonna stick? And I have a feeling that the answer is gonna be no. But I'm trying it anyway. Steve, would you expect anything less from me than correct? Correct is my middle name, after all. My brain is like is really kind of going now, trying to figure out like how to really make this work. All right, everyone keeps saying hot glue, and I've been putting it off. I'll go get the hot glue gun. I just remembered the hot glue gun's over here. Oh, fantastic. Here we go. This is going to be epic. Digger, are you talking about me trying to use the hot gun? So every time I try and use this hot gun, the hot glue gets all gummed up in it, and then I have to spend time like digging the hot glue out. Opening the betting pool and finger burning. Place your bets now. Cut the outside lip off. Yeah. I'm just crazy. I'm waiting for it to glue along this edge, and then once this edge is pretty well set. Mashed potato mountains. I hope that's not what your mashed potatoes look like, but if it is, you know, more power to you. Yeah, grilled glue's fun. I'm trying to feel if it's hot. These are the mini sticks. I like these. There it is, mini size. I like these smaller ones. They're just a little bit easier to work with, especially at end scale. Waiting for it to heat up is always fun, though. See you later, Jason. Have fun at work. Norman, thank you so much. Norman actually posted a nice comment to me compared to everybody else. Mr. Pictovid, Mashed Potato Mountain makes me think of the scene in UHF where Weird Al makes a mashed potato mountain and proclaims, "This means something." How many people here saw UHF and remember the movie? Crazy Joe, I guess I need to make a new N-scale mini layout. Yeah, there's some cool mini layouts out there. And I think N-scale lends very well to them. I think it's called Steve's Trains, maybe, is this guy that does a lot of micro layouts. And some of them are really interesting. Jerry Satterelli, what's going on? Jerry, I'm working on the railroad, as they say. We're doing a little bit more of a T-Trak module thing. Building the mountain. And I keep having, oh, and now I'm kicking my camera. And I keep having overheating issues with this camera. Should we plug it in again and let it overheat again? I don't think I'll be on here long enough for it to overheat again, but I wonder if I don't plug it in so it's not charging. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That's a good movie. I like that movie. Come on, camera. I think it's on. Or did I just turn it off? Oh, there it goes. There it goes. We're getting somewhere now. John 2618. Yeah, apartment friendly. Yeah, hot glue gun won't heat up, but the camera does. How funny is that, right? I could probably use the hot glue gun to glue all this together, but there we go. This would have been pretty cool if I could have actually recorded it. So many little stringy bits with hot glue. It's a little warm, I feel it. It's definitely holding better than the other glue, though. If you get Manicam, you could record it. Yeah, but I'm trying to. It's 4K, Steve. I'm trying to get 4K. I can record 1080p all day, but I'm trying for 4K. There we go. We're getting somewhere. Jerry, have a good day at work. If you need to know how not to do something, you can feel free to stop by. This is the How Not to Do Things Day. Yeah, Steve, what I'm trying to get is local recording at each camera at 4K 60 and the ability to output for the live streams. And I think I'm just at the price point that I'm currently able to afford to buy things at. I just think that I don't have the means right now. I should say I don't have the money right now for that. Yeah, Martin, that is true. Everything in New York City apartment is a close encounter. Oh, can everyone hear the garbage truck? So what I want to do So I'm taking out the little culvert that I'm going to use. Norman says no, turn it up. Norman, what do you want turned up? So what I'm thinking is that this will be up here, as if the runoff is kind of running under the tracks. Here we go, sort of. So there it is, right there. So then I'm trying to get sort of this, something like here to kind of, to set my, set the bottom of the street. Martin, I was talking about the one out in the street. Oh, Norman's saying no, turn it up about you can't hear the garbage truck. Yeah. That's probably a good thing. New York City, we hear all kinds of sounds. There we go. So I think this is kind of going to be the bottom of the culvert, and then I'll make a little like pondy thing. I'm not sure if pondy thing is the technical term or not. Little piece of hot glue. I did make it a little bit lower, or at least I hope it's a little bit lower than the, what am I trying to say? I hope that it's a little lower than my little culvert so that I have a little room when I plaster it. Oh, 5:30 a.m. Yeah, so it's a little high, but I could always just drop it down on top of it too. Culvert doesn't, and then I got a little over the top, and it'll be pretty. It'll be beautiful. I'm telling you, it's gonna be magical. Pond thingy, swamp thingy, all gonna be beautiful. So now I'm gonna work on this front corner right here a little bit, get a little bit more support down there. Starting to get a look from the train conductor, or the train inspector. She's deciding it's time to play. Oh, Ian, you didn't take the trash out. Come on. On the. So Digger, my plan is that it's going to be a culvert, right, of water that's running off the mountain under the train tracks. It's going to kind of come out in a stream and then pool down here at the bottom. So this is kind of going to be like the streamy sort of part, and then there'll be a pooly sort of part, which is what I'm working on right now. So Digger, did I answer your question? I know he says, but the culvert and pondy thing is way more narrow than the cutout. Yeah, so here's going to be the pondy thing. I'm going to lay this pondy thing in, And then this is going to feed into the pondy thing. So we'll have river pondy thing. This will get wider. Whoa. Tim, just waking up. Tim, do you work nights, or are you just waking up? I don't know how I'm sitting here wrinkling this up. And I'm not sure whether the bottom of a pond would be this wrinkly or not. Yeah, Tim, I'm a night person as well, man. My girlfriend goes to bed early, and I'm like, I'm ready to stay up all night. And then she wakes up early in the morning, and I'm just cranky. Okay, so you ready, Digger? Depends on whether it's a wrinkly bottom pond or not. Apparently my pond is going to be wrinkly bottom. So is there actually any glue in hot glue, or is it just like melted plastic? And then it's just melted plastic to melted plastic. Hey, Gus, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Yeah, John, I know what you mean. Sometimes the girlfriend comes home late and yeah. Ow. Tim, what kind of music do you play? I'm assuming when you say finishing an album, it's music, or is it, it could be, I guess, a photo album. Because it could be a lot of different things. I'm starting to get the look from the dog. I may have to wrap this up. But let's see how much time she gives me before she starts in. Okay. Hi. Just got quiet. I stopped talking and it gets very quiet in here. Added 65 photos to the 3-bay rib side covered hoppers on Northeast Rail Photography. Oh, cool, Tim. I didn't realize you did that. That's pretty awesome. Leslie, somebody's mentioning that work thing again. Yeah. Randall Allison, it's glue heat. My niece uses it all the time. It comes in sticks and the glue gun heats them up and melts it. Yeah, no, I get that it comes in sticks. I just didn't know like whether it was actual glue or whether it's just, you know, hot stuff. You know, it could just be wrinkly. It could just be, you know, heat them up stuff. I'm really not sure how I'm going to make this connection. Hot stuff, yes. Feel a little bit like I'm using this like plaster cloth now, where I'm just sort of, you know, just taking little pieces and just sort of building things out. But I kind of think this is the best thing. I thought you would use a bigger piece to make the culvert and sides all in one piece. Yeah, I thought about that too. I just, I don't know. I was finding it hard to work with. Like, I'm finding it hard to really get all the moldy shapes. And I didn't just want it to look like bowlish. And I'm feeling like if I do it in a bunch of littler pieces, that I'll be able to get a little bit more control out of it. You know, make the shape a little bit more the way I want to make the shape. So that's what I'm just trying to, you know, I'm just, you know, kind of like how you'd make a mountain out of just pieces of cardboard, you know, thin cardboard cut up. I guess I'm kind of doing that a little bit right now. I'm definitely gonna cover it all with plaster. Michael McCarville. It's funny you say that. I generally joke that English is my second language because I have such a hard time speaking it sometimes. This is not quite long enough to bridge that gap. Ooh, but I can bridge this one. Yeah, so these like smaller pieces I think are going to kind of give me the shape. Yeah, no, Andy, I'll plaster the bottom of it so it won't go through. It won't go through. As much as you want to see me get in trouble with the girlfriend. Oh. What? Definitely gonna have some stuff to clean up after this. See, now though I feel like I've got a little bit of a shape going. see you. Hey, Robert. What's happening? Flying Crow is here. I really wonder if there's like a proper way to crinkle this. I definitely just tried a different way that time, and I don't know if it's working out. Maybe a video on removing glue and plaster for carpet. See, funny, the joke's on you. We don't have carpet. Hey, M&M Rails. Mark, gotta run. One of my students failed their test and they blamed Heath. Fantastic. I am so glad to hear that. See, I do like working with the smaller pieces better. Yeah, I'm already thinking I'm going to cut this one. Make it a little smaller. Those almost seem like plaster sheets might just be easier. Don't want the culvert to drop too much. And yeah, curiously, this is how Heath puts lettuce on his sandwiches too. I do not put lettuce on my hot dogs. You see what I did there? Is Mr. Pictovid even here? Andy Ambrose, a true craftsman of work. Well, I don't know about that, but one thing's for sure, though, is I'm not going to be able to edit this into a 10-minute video for everybody. Which is a little bit of a bummer. I guess the one problem with making all these little sheets is that then I'm going to have these sort of areas of, you know, like sort of lines. So that's probably definitely one reason not to use multiple sheets. Yeah, Digger, I see what you're saying. Yeah, they look kind of patchwork, but I'm trying now. Now that I've got a little bit of the shape, I'm trying to take bigger pieces, you know, and use them to kind of then, you know, mold on top of the other ones. I'm hoping a little bit too that, I mean, I don't know, the way I'm doing it, I'm not so sure if it's going to work, where the plaster will fill in some of these gaps. But I'm kind of thinking that they might might not work as well. So I'm now doing the wavy edge technique. So now when I glue it down, you can see I'll have a wavy edge instead of a straight edge, because a wavy looks more nature-like. Digger, you may think I've got this, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm sure the plaster is going to run through some of these gaps, but I'll either like tape it on the bottom, or I'll just put something underneath so that it, so that it catches it. It'll be fine. We'll figure it out. I guess too, it really all depends on how thin I make the plaster. I could do the initial sort of covering, a little bit thicker. I think it really just depends on how I mix it. So I'm finding this is falling a little bit more than I want to. So I'm trying to glue it up so that the water flows down, into the basin. Yeah, I'm definitely making more work for myself by making this out of multiple pieces than if it was all just one piece. I do think my idea, though, here, I don't know if you can see it really well, but my idea here to make it kind of wavy, I think that's going to be the key. If I make those edges kind of swoopy. That's the right word, right? Swoopy? Try Flex Seal first. Oh, jeez. Dwayne, that is too funny. Flex Seal. All right, so I think I'm going to work on this side now and just leave this side alone, maybe. Kind of want to do something here, but I almost wish I had plaster cloth, because just being able to just lay a piece of cloth over this and let the cloth sort of fall into it. Digger. Yeah, using one piece would be far too straightforward and without any challenges. What I couldn't figure out with one piece was how to get it to do all these shapes, because it wanted to, pull in one direction for one thing and a different direction for another thing. And I just couldn't figure out how to make that work. I get that theoretically, you know, I get that theoretically it works, but I don't know how it works in real life. So I'm cutting this on a wavy line. Because I've got such a complex curve going on here. Hopefully somebody with a clue will actually make it to this part in the video and they can tell me how to do it correctly. Yeah, and Leslie, I definitely think I'll probably use the Mark Lynn of Sweden method of water for this, which, you know, which will look great. So, yes, Steve? Woodland Scenics water went all over the carpet in my office. So we swapped the carpet towels for those in the boss's office. Line it with plastic. Put some clear blocks in the end and use real water. Yeah, Anthony. I think that's one of those things that it's like, don't do it at home, do it at school. Oh, well, that's good. Now I'm bleeding. See? You guys bet I would burn myself. Nobody bet that I would cut myself. Digger, if you've been watching my channel long enough, you know that I do not do anything the easy way. So basically, we're gonna lay this in here, finish off the sort of water-ish area, and then we'll figure out how we're gonna move on. So let's lock that in there. Lock this in here. See if I can lift it up now to get the glue in underneath. Well, we'll definitely have a spot for a messy, sort of a swampy whatever thing down here. All right, so if people want to post their channels up, people want to definitely get out there, subscribe to each other. I'm going to be ending the stream soon. I got to take the dog out, and I'm, you kind of see where I'm going from here. Also, don't forget, we are doing a giveaway. My Patreon link, if people want to donate to giving a train set to youths, I'll have the entry video on Tuesday or Wednesday. Basically, we'll give the train away to an adult who then would gift it to a kid. So that's the goal there. And yeah, I think that's basically it. So any extra money we raise over the cost of the Dwayne, yeah, that makes sense. I'll do some first coat that kind of seals it all before I just go at it with the plaster. Any additional money that we raise for the giveaway is going to go to the Colorado Railroad Museum to their youth program. And Michelle Kempema is actually going to come on the channel on December 13th and tell us a little bit more about that. So, yeah, come on by if you can. And with that, yeah, Tim's got 45 subs, going through his SD cards, get some more stuff. I got a set of drive wheels for my Bachmann 210-4. Got one out of quarter. Leslie, how many minutes are you behind? I don't know, Leslie. Behind what? What do you think you're behind? I don't know if you're behind at all, Leslie. For all we know, you are at the correct time, and we are all out of time. Aren't you? You're like 5 hours behind, I think. Oh, I thought the stream had ended. It's gonna end in a second. I'll play my little outro thing, and we'll go from there. So keep on modeling. That's all I gotta say. Oh, look, Keith is on. Just time between meeting. Steve, I'm actually just about to jump out. So, unfortunately, say hello, say goodbye, and then I'm heading out.